3 stories. The front of it had the little archway for the Ecto-1. My Ecto-1 was a Matchbox car.
Oh.
And it wasn't an official Ecto-1 Matchbox car. It was just like a white Matchbox car. It was like a generic sort of people carrier sort of one. And I put one of my prized possessions, and I forget how I came into possession of it, was a standard Lego brick that was transparent. And I put that on the top of it and put little blue kind of see-through Lego bricks at the front and back for the lights. And that was its containment unit.
Oh, cool.
On the top of the car. I would drive it into the little thing and all. And like, even inside it, on the second floor, because I couldn't do a basement, obviously, without cutting a hole into the floor of my bedroom. And when my mum saw me with the hacksaw, she was like, Stephen, you're grounded. Stop trying to cut holes in the floor. But so on the second floor of the firehouse was the containment unit. It was built out of the front window of that street sweeper. That's a tongue twister. Street sweeper?
Oh my God, you look at
Street sweeper? Street sweeper?
Right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Street sweeper?
He's broken now.
Street sweeper. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right.
Street sweeper.
Yeah.
What? So I built it out the front window of it. I had a senior moment there. Oh God, this is bad. So I built it out of the front window of that. It is for the listeners though. And that was my containment unit and everything. So like
really cool.
I love that, and I even had like breakaway walls on the side because one of my favorite episodes of Extreme Ghostbusters is the one where Kylie ends up in the future.
I haven't seen. I'll be honest with you, I'm only halfway through.
Oh, that's great! It's such a good episode. Like it
like
played
like Netflix. I didn't realize that there was like they have the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
that's something I haven't seen either. So I'm going mad into the Ghostbusters.
No, it plays with time really well because she ends up stuck in this future.
Oh.
So, but they have like an alternate sort of copy of her diary. So in her diary in the future, she writes, I'm in trouble, send help, and I'm at this coordinates and stuff. So what they do is, in the past, they write in her journal, we have buried a proton pack at X address, and give her the coordinates. So she goes there in the future and digs up a proton pack. And uses it to fight the ghosts in the future. Cause
that's really cool.
Because the point that I was making there was, the firehouse in the future is destroyed. Like, it's smashed to bits, like it's rubble. So I thought like a great little action sequence would be ghosts attacking the firehouse. And like I had this entire section of the wall that wasn't built properly. Because you know the way like to build walls properly, to build buildings for Lego, you build it so that like 2 bricks are together, 1 brick goes above the 2 of them, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I built them all like on one side in straight lines, so there was no structural integrity. So you could literally pop it with your finger and it would smash to bits. So like I had like pretend ghosts attacking the firehouse and smashing the sidewall, and that's why the containment unit was there, so like ghosts could break out and stuff.
That is really, really cool.
But long story short, that's why Lego is one of my all-time favorite toys, because it's so damn creative.
I'll ask you this: do you think you'll go out and buy, if they make new characters for this, will you go out and buy them?
Probably not.
No.
Unless there's a new character that's introduced in this, and I'm like, oh my god, that character was amazing. Because with the first one, I had to go out and get Emmett and Wildstyle. I just had to.
Yeah.
And Spaceship.
I
loved him. Do you know who does the voice of him?
Oh.
Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No way!
Yeah, that's him. So the guy's like, we can build a spaceship!
I love even the detail of the helmet we crack.
Yeah, a little crack in the bottom.
I will say this, I had that as a kid. I had that little figure. I was like,
so did I.
Oh my god! They're
and his little visor's missing and everything, yeah.
I was like, that is attention to detail.
Because it's a choking hazard.
Oh.
But yeah, like, so I would go out and buy things like that. But obviously I have all those now. Like, they're up on display beautifully, wonderfully, shining, glorious.
They're falling now.
Yeah, falling to bits. But, like my soul. But, but like, even when the Lego Batman movie came out last year, like, I went out and bought the Batmobile.
Yes,
because I thought like the Batmobile, really cool. Like that was hot sauce.
Yeah,
you know, like that was a glorious bit of kit. I'm annoyed it doesn't turn into a plane though.
It's pity they didn't do that.
Although like the wheels are ratcheted,
so it could if
which is really weird because the wheels can go from like being out at a 90-degree angle to be ratcheted up and it turns it into like a monster truck. But then the wheels can be ratcheted sideways so it can go like left or right.
Right.
It's a really weird design, but yeah, so I picked that up, and what's nice about it is the cockpit can fit 2 Lego figures, so it can fit Batman and Robin.
Oh, cool. That's really
into
nice.
it. So I thought that was really nice. And again, it's straight out of the movie. And I got the Joker's Pimp-mobile as well because I needed a little Joker figure.
You have to.
So I got it. But yeah, so with this new one, I've no interest in any of the sets. I've no interest in getting Emmett or Wildstyle again because they all look the same.
Yeah.
So unless they bring something out and it's new and it's like, oh my god, I have to have this. But aside from that, no, I don't have a lot of interest.
I'm actually looking forward to it because, like, I can't wait to go and see it because I want to know, like, is there going to be new characters? Are they going to bring in new people? Like, I do want to see Batman again.
Well, it's confirmed Batman's back.
I really want to see that again. And Spaceship.
Yeah.
I hope he's in it.
Benny.
And what was that Wonder Kitten Rainbow
Unikitty.
That was like...
I hunted high and low to get a figure of her.
What, she rare?
She was very rare, yeah.
Really?
I had to go on eBay. And I'm quite embarrassed to admit this. I think I spent about £10 just to get her.
Yeah,
because she was only available in this big set, and it was, you know, like Unikitty's Rainbow Land or whatever it is.
Oh, yes.
And it was like the big sort of hallway where all the figures and stuff were. And it cost like £100 odd. I was going, I don't want to spend £100 to build this big set that I don't want just to get this one little figure. Yeah. So I ended up going on eBay and getting her because, like, and there's a lot of scalpers out there now. And this is why I hate being a collector and why I'm trying to stop. There are so many scalpers out there. And what they'll do is they'll buy a set like that and they'll sell it piece by piece for extortionate prices. Bad. So they'll go out and buy a £100 set and they'll carefully take out like all the different figures, all the different sections, and put those individually up on eBay. It's the same with Hot Toys. Hot Toys are doing this now too.
But it's actually the same as that incident with the B&M Bargain Doctor Who figures.
Yeah, where they'll buy the 3-pack and...
But they hyped this thing up to be so crazy, and then when we reviewed them, I was like, there's not really much... Why are they getting so super hyped?
But it's because of the fans. That's all it is. And to make matters even worse, scalpers will buy that 3-pack, open it, take out the 3 separate figures, and sell the 3 figures individually.
I've actually seen that. I've actually seen that on eBay, which really annoys me to the point you're like, really?
Well, it's great. That's all it is in the end of the day. But yeah, so that's my rant about Lego. And speaking of which, trailers. We had the trailer come out there a couple of weeks back for Deadpool, Once Upon a Deadpool.
Oh my god, I'm in love with this.
With Big Freddy Savage. I think me and Mark talked about it in the show last week. Like, have you and me talked about it?
No.
I think it's great. I
love the fact that you can leave after. I want to go now. You're duct taped to the bed.
He's duct taped to the bed, yeah.
And the bit that broke me in this was the 2 elderly people. It's like, I loved your working up. What? Yeah. Don't get too attached. What?
Yeah. So speaking of Deadpool, so you know the way for ages now, Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool have been wanting to get Wolverine involved in this.
Don't.
Right. Hugh Jackman doesn't think the world wants it.
What?
He thinks the world doesn't want a Wolverine Deadpool movie.
No, yes.
So it's not too often we feel the need to correct Hugh Jackman, but tonight we need to correct Hugh Jackman.
Big time.
I feel like Dr. Cox in Scrubs with his genuine hatred for Hugh Jackman. I get that now. Speaking to Willie Geist, the actor is asked if Wolverine will ever be back, and the actor replies that he's certain he will. Oh, Wolverine will be back. Someone's going to buy him. I don't know, said Jackman in his usual Australian drivel. But when asked if it'll be him, the actor replies, no. But then adds, but Ryan is relentless. Ryan, of course, is Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool himself. I'm going to stop the voice now. He keeps coming back to me in all these ways, shapes and forms, Jackman says. And we like what we're hearing until he adds, I just said, I just don't think the world really wants to see Deadpool with Wolverine. Maybe a cameo from Deadpool. I just think it runs over it for Deadpool. Now, we know Jackman is smiling as he says this, and we know he's bound to know the world does want a Wolverine Deadpool movie. Yeah. Surely, he's not that dense. But it sounds like we can draw a line under that one. Or maybe it's just us. So yeah, the video is on followingthenerd.com right now. What? The world doesn't want a Wolverine Deadpool movie?
He's trolling.
He better be trolling.
No, he is trolling.
He better be picking up trolling ideas from Mr. Reynolds here.
I love the fact that he comes, Ryan Reynolds comes in shapes and forms. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's like how? I'm imagining him like appearing in like a big Christmas present at the front of his house or something.
I've heard stories where like he's camped outside his house screaming.
He has, that's
screaming,
true.
I want Wolverine, and the guy's like, please leave me alone.
Who sure didn't Ryan Reynolds end up doing that to get Deadpool made in the first place?
Another beautiful thing I thought was funny was Hugh Jackman's doing a birthday, like happy birthday to a fan, and in the background you hear Ryan Reynolds dressed as Deadpool singing away on his bed, and he's like, he just won't leave, he just won't go away. I was like, I really, really want. I think trolling.
Here, Anthony.
Yes.
Shazam!
Oh.
Which is coming out next year, I believe, April 5th. 2019.
That'll be interesting.
Shazam's arriving. I love the trailer.
Yes.
I think this looks a lot of fun. We've got a new synopsis for the movie. Now, slight spoilers here, so those of you that want to win completely clean cut. So yeah, give us about a minute or two. But here's the synopsis, and it seems to hint at a certain group of villains. So I'll read out the synopsis now. We all have a superhero inside of us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring it out. Or in my case, alcohol. In Billy Batson's case, by shouting out one word, Shazam! This streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into the adult superhero Shazam, courtesy of an ancient wizard. Still a kid at heart, inside a ripped, godlike body, Shazam reveals in this adult version of himself by doing what any teen would do with superpowers. Have fun with them! Can he fly? Does he have X-ray vision? Can he shoot lightning out of his hands? Can he skip his social studies test? Shazam sets out to test the limits of his abilities with the joyful recklessness of a child. But he'll need to master these powers quickly in order to fight the deadly forces of evil, controlled by Dr. Thaddeus Savannah, played by Mark Strong. So, who are the sins? Well, according to our good friends at DC Wikia, the 7 deadly enemies of man, also known as the 7 deadly sins, are 7 powerful demons that represent the 7 deadly sins of Judeo-Christian religions. The demons can take control of people's bodies and force them to follow their base desires. The sins were captured by the wizard Shazam many years ago and encased in 7 mocking stone statues which were placed in the Rock of Eternity. The 7 deadly sins identify themselves by the traditional theological visions of pride, envy, greed, wrath, sloth, gluttony, and lust. So basically the movie 7. If Dr. Savannah unleashes them in the movie, we could be in for one heck of a finale. So, star Zachary Levias shed some light on the context of where the movie belongs in relation to other DC movies. That sounds perfect. Our movie takes place very squarely in the DC universe. In fact, I would argue that we're kind of the most self-aware of it because of the movies that we all watch. I mean, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, they're all basically documentaries in this world. These were all real events that have happened. Batman and Superman fighting, Superman saving all of Metropolis, while simultaneously destroying the entire city. That all really happened. Ooh. So Shazam, as we said, opens on the 5th of April 2019, and good God, I cannot wait.
I'll be totally honest with you, I can't wait to see the 7 deadly sins.
The 7 deadly sins.
The reason why is, for me, is Full Metal Alchemist, because that's what they played on with the 7 deadly sins. So I'm really interested to see, because something you said there, that these demons can possess people and use their desires. So, if greed can control someone who really wants to be greedy, stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah,
it basically brings out the most base desires.
There's one thing I seen in the trailer and made me get really confused, is the wizard that talked to the kid. It sounded like Mark Hamill.
It's Jaimon Hansi.
Oh, is that who it is? Because I was sitting going, that sounds like... We're going to have Luke Skywalker as a grand wizard going I was once you, now you'll have my powers.
It would actually be great if it really was Luke Skywalker. When he died at the end of Last Jedi, that's where he ended up.
Oh my God, don't break my mind like that.
So have you seen the new poster for Detective Pikachu?
Oh, yes. I am really, really gunning for this.
I need this.
I'm so happy this is my life now.
I need this poster as my screen phone background.
Yeah.
My screen phone.
I love
phone screen.
You've seen the
screen
trailer,
phone.
Obviously.
What?
You've seen the trailer.
Have I seen the trailer?
Yes, have you?
Did you listen to the show last week? No, even Mark's seen the trailer and he actually loved it for a change, despite being cynical and miserable like myself.
There's just a sliver of a soul there then?
Well, that's not go nuts. But yeah, the Detective Pikachu trailer came out last week. Completely overshadowed Toy Story 4.
Really?
Overshadowed the trailer like crazy. Yeah, everyone's going nuts for this because it's Ryan Reynolds playing a Pokemon.
Deadpool.
Yeah, so it's adorable, it's fun, it's awesome, and we're already hearing rumours of a shared universe and Pokemon live-action cinematic universe based on Detective Pikachu. So now we have the poster for the movie, which opens next summer, and while it looks like just a random street with Pikachu sitting in the middle of it and a massive shadow of his lightning bolt-shaped tail, closer inspection reveals a cornucopia of Pokemon awesomeness. So there's a bunch of hidden Easter eggs in this.
Okay.
So some of the adverts that you see on the side of the buildings. So for example, you have things like Moo Moo Milk. which in the games restores 100 health points. Eevee, which is a popular Generation 1 Pokemon. Johto, Kanto, Unova, which are regions in the game. There's a Charizard,